welcome to our Ask Bosco webinar. Today we're going to be focusing on our AI reporting suite. So I'm going to share my screen and talk you through the new functionality. Perfect. So this is our Ask Bosco new product. So I'm going to head to our new reporting. What we have here is our marketing intelligence platform, and as part of that is our full reporting suite. So we have over 72 different marketing reporting templates to help people get off the ground and to understand their marketing data. We have SEO reports, website performance overview, paid search, affiliates, display, and all the different channels that you would need in order to run marketing activity for your website. I'm just going to jump into the website performance overview for us to take a look at this. Within here, we can see website performance, marketing channel, marketing spend, and platform discrepancy review. What we can see on the website performance is we can see multiple metrics, and we can see loads of information around website performance by day. And then we also have the trending metrics along the bottom. All of our reports follow this format with the key KPIs at the top and a key trend graph at the top right, all the information in a table underneath, and then the trending lines further down the report. Another thing that I can show you is we have these filters along the top. So within here, you can have a look at, for example, last month. So you can set a fixed timeline. So actually, if you didn't want to look at September, but you wanted to look at the full month of August, for a date range, you would be able to do that. So if I apply that, this report will then update underneath. You can also look at channel type, which channel you want to be selected. So at the moment, this report includes information for all channels, but actually you might want to only include, for example, your organic social activity, PPC, paid social. You'd be able to select this and apply that if you'd like to. And you can also change conversion source. So we have GA4 data, ad platform data, and then if you do run custom attribution for your clients, we would be able to look at that for you as well. You can also have a look at whether you'd like sessions or clicks to be showing, or which metric selector you would like. So for example, if you look at cost of sale, ROAS, cost per leads, or CPA, and that will all update for you. Another thing that you can do is if you needed to come back to this review for any reason, this particular view, you can save this at the top left. So if I name this Emily's view, for example, this could be your weekly report or a way that you need to understand the information, and that will always save in there with the filters that you've pre-selected along the top. You can also reset the dashboard. So if you reset the dashboard, it takes you back to the default settings that we already have established. But again, if you'd like to, you can switch back to the view that you have saved as well. So that's explaining obviously the filters and the save view option that we have along the top. Another thing that's great about our new reporting suite is that you're able to dig into the data and explore all of the metrics. So for example, if I wanted to have a look at cost, what I can do is get that up, and I can specifically look at, for example, I don't want to just look at last month, I want to look at the last 2 months. I can also add data to this view. So actually at the moment, I'm looking at cost, but if I wanted to also look at a different metric as well, so if I wanted to look at ROAS against the cost, I'd be able to do that. And the table would update with the information that I'm building here. So you can see we now have total cost and ROAS. You can also replace data. So actually, if I wanted to replace the ROAS column with a different metric, AOV, for example, I'm able to do that as well, and it would give me the AOV. And then you can also compare different information to this as well. So for example, if you wanted to compare this across all of your channels or other information, you can also do this as well. For example, channel source, week commencing, and that will build up the graph for you. There are no dead ends in our new reporting. You can explore all the information and all the graphs. It's not just a static report. You can just keep investigating the data. Perfect. So another thing that you can do within here is if you have particular metrics, for example, that are important to you, you can actually move around these metrics underneath. So for example, if click-through rate was a really important metric for you, or actually you wanted to see revenue at the beginning of all of your tables, it's really easy to just drag and drop the metrics, and this will be reflected in the table. Another really cool feature that we have within our reporting suite is actually the AI highlights. So obviously having all of this information and this reporting information within ASK BOSCO is really important for you or your clients if you're an agency. But actually you might need to do some weekly commentary or monthly commentary to run alongside these reports. So one of the things that you're able to do is, for example, select AI highlights. And what this does is it reviews all of the report for you and then comes back and lets you know the trends that are happening across the report for this particular data set. So if I view this, we can see that last month traffic is actually down versus last month. We then have an explanation as well to let us drill into the AI highlights to really understand what could be causing that. So for example, we can look at channel source, channel, and channel type as well. We also have last month's cost, last month's conversions, and all the key metrics that you'd want to look at within a website performance report. And this basically helps make the commentary for reports, or for example, any analysis that you're doing 10 times quicker. Another thing that we have within our stock reports, and I think it's worth pointing out, is we have a marketing spend report. So what this report does is it collects daily information on how much you've spent across your marketing channels, your paid marketing channels by day. So rather than having your teams dive into every single platform to understand what the previous day's cost is, we pull this in automatically every single day. You can also see your total cumulative cost and then your cost per channel as well, cumulatively over the last month. Another important report is the platform discrepancy review. So what this does is look at all of your data against GA4. So for example, here we've got Google Ads versus Google Analytics. We also have Microsoft Ads versus Google Analytics, and we have Meta as well in this example. So you can start to understand where the differences are in your data. If you're an agency, this helps you explain why numbers are different across different platforms to your client. But then also if you're a client, you get a greater understanding of what the discrepancies are across the different marketing platforms that you have. We do also offer e-commerce discrepancy reports as well. So for example, looking at the difference between GA4, Shopify, we'll be able to do that within our reporting too. Great. So this has been, I've kind of talked you through the stock reports that we have. So what I'm going to show now is you do actually have the ability to pin information and create your own dashboard. So for example, if cost was really important, what I can do here is create a dashboard. We'll call it Emily's dashboard. And I'm going to pin the cost graph. I then also want to have a look at the revenue and conversion rate. So I'm going to pin this to my report as well. I also actually quite like on the marketing channel report, the channel performance graph when this loads. It's a nice bubble graph. And I'm going to include that within my report as well. So now that I've pinned all the views that I want, I can go back into the reporting library. We can see that Emily's dashboard's at the top. So if I click into here, we'll then see the graphs and charts that I've pinned to this report, which is all here, which is great. And then actually, I might want to edit this because I don't really like how it looks right now. So I can edit this report. I can change the name. I can add a description. This is the weekly marketing report, for example. I can also move things around. So actually, if I didn't want it to look like this, because obviously it's a bit spaced out, can't see the graph below. I can also move graphics so that everything lines up a lot better. I can also insert information. So for example, if I wanted to add a note, I'd be able to add the commentary for this report. And then I could also add a new tab, for example. So if I wanted to create multiple tabs, so this is the overview. Oh, sorry, wrong bit. This is the overview tab. And then, for example, I might have paid search tab, SEO tab, anything like that, that could then be my weekly or monthly trading reporting. I can also add my own filters along the top as well and add new parameters. And this just shows the level of customization that's available in the reporting that we offer within Ask Bosco. Also, what we also have is the ability to actually build your own graphs from the bottom up. So actually, if I go to our new AI search functionality, this is a really cool feature within the Ask Bosco reporting suite. It basically makes all of your data available to anybody within your business by just asking a question. So a bit like Google search, how you would use that. So if I go here and ask, for example, what was my revenue by channel last week? Our AI algorithm goes away and interrogates all of the data that we have connected for you, for all of your clients, and we can connect across multiple marketing connectors. And it basically provides the results. So here we can see that we have total revenue and then all the channel performance for last week. So what I can also do here is if I wanted to view this information in a table, I can have a look at that. But also actually, I can also change the graphic view as well. So if I wanted to look at pie chart donut, for example, if I wanted a horizontal bar chart, I can do that as well. There's also more elements that you can do from an edit perspective. So if you go to the edit, you can see all of the main metrics down the left-hand side. So you can just build up your graph from this section, and the keywords populated along the top. The AI algorithm goes away, searches all the data to help you create these reports. Once you have the data and the graphs that you're happy with, you can also pin these as well to your previous report. So for example, if I now pin this, that's now created my dashboard under this username, which I would then be able to go and view that information in. So these are all the different features. Like I said, we've got our whole reporting suite of marketing dashboards. So actually, if you want a starter for 10 and don't want to build anything from scratch, you can use any of our templates provided. You have the ability to customize these templates and also create and pin your own dashboards. And with our new AI search functionality, you can look and interrogate any of your data within seconds. So we really believe that the AI reporting suite will improve the speed of all the reporting that your teams are doing. So I'm just going to take a look now at the chat box to see if we've got any questions. 2 seconds. So I've got a couple of questions here. So how does Ask Bosco ensure the accuracy and reliability of the insights generated by the AI highlights feature? So what I'll just quickly show you is within the AI highlights, there is actually a section for feedback. So as a user, for example, if you were to ask what were my best performing channels last week, and this was to run in the background, as a human, you're able to provide feedback to the AI algorithm to make sure it's understood those keywords. Things that can be interpreted differently from an AI like large language thing is, for example, within your business, best might not mean revenue, it might mean sales, transactions, orders, but obviously it's showing revenue as meaning best performing. So what you can do is either, if that's correct, say yes, you got it right, or no, if you didn't get it right, you would say no, that's not right, not satisfied, let's go and fix this. And then you'd be able to actually change out the sum of revenue, for example, for, I don't know, the sum of clicks, because that's how you determine best within your business. And then you'd be able to add that in, or the sum of conversions, be able to add that in, press go, and it would update. You would then basically have given that feedback to the algorithm, and now it knows that that is what best is. So that you would submit this, and then the algorithm learns from that feedback that's been applied. What we try to do is give about 80% of learning to our algorithm. So things like revenue, conversions, channel, it's all based on the data structure that we have in Ask Bosco that's underneath all of the data, but there might be some keywords or terms that are specific to your business where you just need to give the algorithm a little bit of feedback in order for it to understand. Another question here. can use this drill down into specific metrics from the AI highlights. So yeah, I showed that. So you run the AI highlights, you can click, and then that brings the information up for you. And you can have a look at that commentary. You can also provide feedback, a bit like how I've just shown you there, to the AI algorithm to ensure that it's got things right. And I think one of the last ones is, how do you add pin different reports and tiles on different tabs? Overview tab, paid search focus report tab 2. So as I was showing you before, when you go through and pin different things into the dashboard, what you can do is select and move things across between the different tabs. It's really easy to do that, and it helps you edit and manage your own report. SEO tab, for example. So then if you were to save that and go back to pin anything from any of your reports, Emily's dashboard, and then, for example, from the tabs I've created, actually I would like to put that onto the SEO tab. That's pinned to my SEO tab within the My Reports section. We just jump back in. And we can see that information there. It's a really easy system, and it's really intuitive in terms of customers navigating this and users navigating it. So I'd really recommend having a go, and it'll definitely improve business efficiencies for you. That's everything for the webinar today. If you've got any questions, please let us know. And if you're interested in a demo, let our sales team know and we can be in touch. Thanks for your time.